So in this video lecture, we will understand what is history and why it is essential to learn history about that is the information of the past. Because history is the science which helps us to study about the past events. So here is a definition of history. History is a coherent account of significant past events in the progress of human culture. We all know that our culture is very ancient culture, and due to that, we cannot say that this culture developed directly. It took several years. So what is history? It is a coherent account. What is meant by coherent account? Means unified, orderly. All the events which were occurred in the past, that events unified orderly in a chronological order, that events collected together and represented in the proper and scientific manner. That type of study or that type of science is known as the history. That's why it is very important to learn history, to get information about the past. Then, what are the important components of the history to get information about the past? Dear student, there are four pillars of history. And the first is time, second is place, third is society, and the fourth is individuals. These are also called the components of history. Among these four components of history, place is most important to get the information about the ancient incidents, ancient culture, ancient traditions. Not only the place is important, but time is also important. That when the incident occurred, just like Battle of Plassey, Battle of Buxar, Revolt of 1857, when these events occurred, then we need time. Where these events occur, we need place, isn't it? Then what happened and why these battles happened? Then we can get the information about the society. And what was the role of individuals, means common people, ordinary people, individuals. What was the role of individuals and how their lifestyle was there? To get this kind of information, we need these four major components, and that's why these are considered are the four pillars of history. By getting information about these four topics, we can collect the detailed and coherent information about the particular events which happened in the past, and with the help of that information, we can write history. That's why during writing the history, these four components are considered most important. During writing the history, these four components are most important. Then among these components, place is most important, is related with the geographical condition. The place is related with geographical condition. For example, I told you that the Battle of Plassey, the Battle of Buxar. Then where this battle are held, to get information about these battles, we need to study about the places. Then we can properly understand when, where, how, or what these battles were happened. And these things are related with geography. So my dear student, it means that to learn about history, we need the help of geography also. To learn the history, we need the study of geography also. It means that history and geography are inseparable. We cannot separate history and geography from each other because both are correlated. To learn one thing, we need another thing. Isn't that? So history and geography are both correlated subjects. Now, what information we can get with the help of history? For that, which geographical factors we need to study? If we want to get the information about the lifestyle of the people, then we need time, then we need place, then we need society, then we need role of individuals. Which geographical factors are important for this? Just like to understand the lifestyle of people, how people are living in Kerala, how people are living in Goa, how people are living in Delhi, how people are living in Agra. For that, some climatic conditions are also important. As per the climatic condition, people change their lifestyle. For example, in the southern India, their costume of the people is different. They wear lungi, isn't that? And in the northern part of India, they wear woolen clothes more because of the climatic condition. Their lifestyle is different, isn't it? So to understand the lifestyle of the people, we need some geographical factor like the climatic condition. If the temperature is very high, then they wear different clothes. If the temperature is very cold, then they wear woolen clothes. Like that way, the lifestyle is also important. And to understand the lifestyle, we need to learn the geographical factor like climatic condition. Then to know about the agricultural condition of that people, we need to understand rainfall. Rainfall is related with geography, isn't that? In ancient time, people started to work in the fields. Means they invented the agriculture system. So which kind of crops they were taking on that time, and today which kind of crops we are taking? To study about these things, we need history and geography both. Rainfall is also most important, agricultural factor also most important. What was the condition about the flora and fauna? Flora means vegetation, just like the trees, and fauna means animals. So my dear student, the life of the people is completely dependent on the nature, and to study about this incident, we need the history and geography both each other. So this was the role of history in studying the different lifestyle of the people. Now we will discuss about the Indian subcontinent. We all know that India is located into the Asia continent. Asia continent, okay? And there are some countries which are nearby us, that are called neighboring countries of India. For example, I will show you a map. In this map of India, you can see that this is India, and here are some countries: Pakistan, here Afghanistan, then here China, here Nepal, here Bhutan, then this is the Bangladesh, and here is Sri Lanka. And here Myanmar also located near us. Okay. So, why this region is known as the Indian subcontinent? First of all, we will understand the concept of continent. Continent means the huge landmass, just like North America, South America, Australia, Africa, Asia, Europe, and Antarctica. These are the continents. But this region is known as the Indian subcontinent. Why? Due to the huge expanse of India in this region. India occupied the maximum area of this region, and that's why the huge expanse of India, this region, including the countries Afghanistan, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, and India. Along with this region is known as the Indian subcontinent. And this Indian subcontinent was also most important in the linkage between the Europe, Arabia and Asia. There were cultural linkage between those. So in this video lecture, we have to stop here because we discuss these factors. History, geography are correlated. What is the definition of history? That is the coherent account of significant past event which will help us to study about the ancient culture. There are four major components are called pillars of history. In writing history, time, place, society and individuals are most important. We cannot separate history from geography because both are correlated. To understand the lifestyle, we need climatic condition, rainfall, agriculture, flora and fauna of that region, and we can get the detailed information about that. And what was the Indian subcontinent? Indian subcontinent means the region including with our country, Pakistan, Afghanistan, then Nepal, Bhutan, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka. There is China and Myanmar also, but these two countries